Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, giving a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, we out here another week to teach the words of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. And to prophesy, and to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, all right, which is prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, all right. Also, we out here to let our people know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that you are the biblical Israelites according to the Bible, okay. And we're gonna get right into it. So whatever y'all got,
this is bring it out for the Spirit. Ezekiel. Actually, I'm going to start with Psalm 75. Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one, and setteth up another.
Yeah, the Most High is the judge, right? And that's the main thing that he's getting ready to bring. He's getting ready to bring judgment, okay? And what is he getting ready to do? He's getting ready to put down Esau, Edom, and set up his people, the Israelites, okay? Because our rightful position is to be on top, all right? Our rightful position is to be above all nations, pursuant to Deuteronomy 14 and 2, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. All right, what's the other one? Where it says the Most High divided the nations, separated the sons of Adam.
That's Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Yep, pursuant to Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Okay, so according to particular scriptures, the Israelites are supposed to be on top. All right, and in order to believe that and to have faith in that, you have to have a ruling class mentality. All right, and a lot of our people don't have a ruling class mentality. Go ahead.
Well, hey, I just wanted to add real quick. You had this, Mr. Trump going around doing all these different things, right? Well, the other day, the Supreme Court, because he's been getting blocked by these lesser courts, a lot of the things that he wants to do. Well, yesterday, the Supreme Court basically said he can go ahead and do it, man. They can't obstruct him, so they're setting him up to be
Dictator.
yeah, like a tyrant more and more, man. More things go in his favor. Verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob.
Yeah, the God of Jacob, right? And what are we pushing in the earth? We're pushing that the power that's getting ready to bring these things is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's known as the God of the Israelites when you read the Bible. All right, but it's been pushed upon the world that the Most High loves everybody, that everybody is his children. Because you got three classifications of men. You got the sons of the wicked, the sons of the Most High, and then you got the sons of men, right? The only ones that are his people is the sons of the Most High, the Israelites.
I got a precept real quick. Go ahead. It's the book of the editions of Esther, chapter 10, verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation is Israel, which cried to Yahweh and were saved.
Yeah, my nation is Israel that cried to the Most High and were saved. Hey, that's the same thing we're doing right now, crying into the Lord so we can be saved. Go ahead.
For the Lord have saved his people, and the Lord have delivered us from all those evils. And Yahweh have wrought signs and great wonders which have not been done among the Gentiles.
And all throughout history, the Lord always delivers the Israelites, his people. When you read the book of Judges, Israel was in captivity after captivity after captivity, and the Lord would deliver them. also scattered around the world, but the Lord is going to deliver us from the hand of our enemies again. Go ahead.
Therefore, having made two lots, one for the people of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and another for all the Gentiles. So Yahweh remembered his people to justify his inheritance.
Hey, and like I said, when you read the scriptures, you got to trust the history. See, our people don't believe that the Lord is going to deliver them because the scriptures say all men have not faith. So on this side, only the elect is going to be given that portion of faith where they're going to believe that the Lord is going to deliver them. This not for this is not for every nation. This ain't even for all of our people.
That's a fact. I was telling this dude, I was on my way here. I was like near the top, and I seen this dude. I ain't even recognize dude, but I guess he seen me out. He was like, "Yo, you ain't the Israelite no more?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go teach right now." He was like, "Your people was out here earlier." So I guess IUIC was up there and shit. So, but he was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yeah, I was talking to him, but why are they so aggressive?" I'm like, I was like, at first I was about to, cause he was like, I was like, them ain't my people. We really don't teach the same thing. But then I was like, he's like, why are they so aggressive? I'm like, maybe you should. I was like, first of all, if you're trying to learn, maybe you should not be so emotional, because like, as long as they're telling you the right thing,
You gotta listen to the message, not how it's being
not
said, but you gotta listen to what they're saying.
I was like, what if there's a hole right there? Don't jump in that fucking hole. Don't walk.
Don't talk to me like
don't
that.
Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
And that's how niggas is.
Yeah.
They so emotional. It's because they ears, they spiritual ear block. So they can't get it. You can explain it to them any type of way. Then it's he's like, oh, what about the fallen angels knowledge? I'm like, oh, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Oh,
That's all that shit comes from different doctrines.
I'm like, yo, you still believe in Santa Claus? Fuck, God.
Yeah, you can't. When you come into this truth, you know, we always say you gotta flush everything out your system that you've learned because it can't mix. This truth can't mix with anything. So you gotta flush everything out. You know, and you gotta be completely retaught.
And with that, you gotta be able to take rebuke.
Yeah,
You gotta be able to take rebuke because it's gonna be something that you doing that you ain't
supposed to be doing.
Well, when you look at Paul's letters, it's sometimes, man, that's pretty much all he was doing was rebuking the churches. You know, like especially in Corinthians. It's just chapter after chapter of rebuke, pretty much, man. That's what Yahweh Shai was doing too, especially in Matthew 23. You know, he said, you are the children of them which killed the prophets. He called them snakes and vipers, man. That was some serious. If you said that today, it really doesn't mean shit. But back then, that meant something heavy if you called somebody a snake and a viper. This is back in Psalm 75 and 10. And then I'll bring out Ezekiel 7. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. So
and that's showing you that the Lord is in control of everything. Read verse 4 again. That's showing you that the Lord is in control of everything. Ain't no Satan control this part or this. No, the Lord in control. Even with that judge giving Trump that the power to execute whatever he got to execute, that's from the Lord. The Lord gave him that power.
because he knows it's time to start bringing this place down, man. So he's going to give him put that cruel king over Egypt.
Even when Yahushua was about to go on the cross, what did he say to Pilate? He said, you only got this power because he said, oh, I got the power to kill you. He said, you only got the power that the Father gave.
Verse back in Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high.
Yeah, not to be proud. Don't be proud. Go ahead.
Speak not with a stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither
That's
from
what
the
a lot of
east.
people do, though. They talk with stiff necks. They don't know shit. You ask them a question about life, and they don't got an answer for you. Like, you ask them, oh, what happened when you died? They don't know.
superhuman, man. Yeah, our people are fucking living paycheck to paycheck. You know, they're all fucking fat and out of shape, weak. They ain't got no resources. They ain't got no discipline. They don't have a moral compass.
No moral code. No moral
No,
code. No moral.
no moral code whatsoever, man. You know, they're the first ones to be virtue signaling. You know, but yet they're on the side of these alphabet people. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from
It
the
don't
south.
come from the east. From who in the east right now? Benjamin Netanyahu. It don't come from the east. It don't come from the south. What else?
For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge.
Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai the judge. You got Sirach 18:1. Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai the judge. Daniel 4:17. Or that could be.
This is Sirach chapter 18 and verse 1. It says, He that liveth forever have created all things in general. The Lord only is glorious, and there is none other but He.
Yeah, ain't nobody but him. He the only one in control. Right? Nobody on the surface.
Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all.
The word govern means to control. Okay, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them profane. To whom hath he given power to declare his works? And who shall find out his noble acts? Who shall number the strength of his majesty? And who shall also tell out his mercies? For as the wonders... That was it?
Yeah. Okay, come on.
And the thing is that's how clever and how much higher the Lord's thoughts are than these regular people, man. Because He could create a society like right now where there's no sense of godliness, you know, just so that at the last minute He could come in and show ultimate power, man, when He sends His chariots. And that's gonna shake everybody the fuck up, man. I can't wait for that shit, man. Them chariots to appear, start destroying this place, and start delivering.
This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
You don't want to get caught up in that rebuke, man. All right, ain't no time for repentance. Ain't no gates of mercy going to be open when that rebuke comes, because that rebuke is going to mean death. You're not delivered from that, man.
It says, For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right, so we had that man that was sitting there playing that Jesus song over and over and over when we opened up camp. You know, even before we opened up camp. Because I was trying to ignore it, but I was like,
And he ended up leaving.
that's a simp right there, man. You're going to get caught up in something like that. He doesn't think that the Lord is coming back to slay many people, man. I mean, look at what he's doing with these devils. He's raising them up. You know, he's giving them that what do they call it? That second wind. You know, it's in the fourth quarter, and he needs them to and they're down, and they need a couple quick 3-pointers in the clutch or a touchdown pass to make it a game again, man. But then they're gonna get denied in the end. You know.
It says, They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
And you see that, hey man, I know a lot of brothers work with people like that, man. People claim to be Christians, you know, go to church or whatever every so often, but then they eating the swine consistently, man.
Yeah, I was at work a couple days ago. The one dude I work with, he doesn't eat meat, and he knows that I don't eat swine, you know. But this is how demons get on people. So it was early in the morning, and you know, he cool with the dudes in the kitchen. So like I said, the dude that I work with, he don't eat meat. So he came back with toast and eggs, and the dude for my plate, he came back with toast, eggs, and bacon.
Oh my goodness.
And then he was like, is it going to affect you if the bacon is touching the other food?
Yes.
And I'm like, you know, I don't even eat pork, you know? So that's how demons come on people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he didn't know. He know I don't eat pork because we work together every day. If it's pizza, I'll be like, nah, it's got pork on it. I don't eat that, so I won't eat it.
Yeah.
But it necessarily wasn't even him. It was a demon that came upon him to do that shit. Because then he was like, oh, my bad, I forgot. That was a demon.
And it'll test you, man. You feel like taking that plate and smash it on the fucking head, like, you'll go to order a pizza, like, oh, we'll just pick it off. We'll only get a few slices with just cheese.
Or they tell you they get it half cheese and half.
Yeah. This shit's all swine juice.
When that shit is in the oven, the swine bubbles is popping off the pepperoni and shit. It might be popping on the cheese, but you can't tell. You know, so you got like
They go to pull it off the oven and it's all slanted and just sliding on over.
that's why you gotta order your own shit.
Or in your case, make the bacon and eggs. They'll make sure to fry the bacon right above the fucking eggs that you're eating, so all the bacon grease gets in there and shit. These people, man.
This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble. We was just reading about how Yahweh Shai is going to come back in the chariots. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Because going back to Isaiah 66, when the Lord comes with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, you know, he's going to be doing killing, but at the same time, he's going to be delivering his people, the elect, right? So at that same time, that people shall be delivered. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever. Yeah, this mic is it's not really working as good, Yash, but you know, Lord willing, they can still hear it. I was testing it, but you know, it's all good. They can still hear us. It's not super clear. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's what you see in the earth as well, knowledge being increased, especially amongst our people, because this word is going out at a rapid pace. So the knowledge is going out, you know, with the technology. Now we can look certain things up in Chat GPT that gives you good information. That should give you more information than Google. You know, because Chat GPT is straight to the point. Like when it first came out, I remember Yash was talking about it. I said, I'm gonna use Google. I was downplaying and shit like, but now I be using that shit, man.
It's one of them things that once you try it, you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You know, kind of like when Google first came out. That was like the supreme information search. Well, hey, you got a lot of experts saying that if Google don't do something to catch up, man, they're going to be a part of Chat GPT because they're going to be caught the fuck up.
This is Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 8. It said, no, I'm gonna start at Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not. And what is that talking about? It's talking about a chariot, right? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And that proves that when Yahushua comes back, Esau's army, navy, air force, his military, they're going to be afraid of Yahushua and the angels. The scriptures tell us they're going to be afraid, but they're going to have to fight. It's like you in a boxing ring with somebody, and you know this nigga about to whoop your ass. You scared, but you got, it's like you gotta fight him. You have to just take this ass whooping real quick.
You know you're a tune-up fight.
Yeah, It says, and lo, because you got to think, these, especially in the American military is feminized right now. Because they allow pretty much anything to go on in their military. Different GENDERS. All right, it's not like the Moabite military or the other Edomite military, the Russians, because you can't be a woman and fight in the Chinese military. They don't allow that.
Yeah, your ass is in the kitchen, or you're like some medic at the station.
Yep. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And that's basically what? That's the laser beams, man. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with the violence upon the great multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one of them, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. So Ezra's had a vision of a total knockout.
He's seen the power. He's seen the power of our Lord.
Yeah.
And see, we got the ending. We already got the ending. It's like a movie that's coming out, but we already got the script.
Yep.
We win at the end.
We win. And
Flawless victory. It ain't even like it's a close fight. Like Will Smith gonna fly into the spaceship and blow up the mothership.
And then the American trumpets start playing at the end, and they overcome. Nah, man.
Yeah.
That's
Come
why.
back home and kiss the stripper.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like one of them gruesome injuries you see where somebody breaks their ankle in half. They can't even get on their feet.
Well, that's why Esau makes those movies about him defeating the chariots, because that's in his fantasy world.
Yeah, he's trying to galvanize
Yeah.
people to because when that time comes, like oh yeah, I got a chance.
Let me read this verse again, because this literally tells you don't have a chance, man. Verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude that was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon sudden of an innumerable multitude, it says, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. So it was basically, how the U.S. go to a land, they fucking drop the bombs on the shit like they just did Iran. The nuclear sites, they flew over there, they dropped them shits, and then they flew back home. All you seen was dust, more than likely smoke, and then Trump bragged about it.
And he bragged about that so-called, I'm going to say so-called ceasefire, because we know it's just just a matter of time.
Now, if America did something that the world didn't like, and somebody came over here and dropped bombs, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's an act of terrorism," right? But you can go over and you can put acts of terrorism on other people, and you're perceived as a hero. That's the hypocrisy.
And if those really are the true people, the true children of Israel over there in that land, why do they need a big bad military to come from the other side of the world to stick up for them all the time and handle their fucking business? Why do they need a big bad military to come and organize a ceasefire? Because who knows what Trump told them, you know?
It's book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall there appear a sign from the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Yeah, that's when Yahweh Shai ultimately he's going to make himself visible. You know, that's the fulfillment of Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. That's the same thing. All right? Because his presence is going to be felt. And people are it's going to be like that scene off Independence Day, but way better. When the chariot finally came through the clouds, and everybody was all looking up and shit. And that chariot was sitting in the sky, too. It was huge. You know? They don't make movies that really, like, graphic no more. But Independence Day was kind of fire, like how they had the chariots.
Especially at the time.
Talking them, they was just sitting there
Yeah.
like they didn't know what they was going to do.
Yeah, the chariot was basically just posted up. And couldn't nobody do shit about it.
And that was back when they first started using computer-generated graphics, man.
I showed them sweet back in the day.
Yeah,
That was
It-
way
They had
ahead
to
of
shoot
time.
at the joint and they had to
they got way better technology now, and they don't even use it today.
because just like I say, the daughters of music is gonna be brought low.
Yeah.
On the ain't no mirth in the earth, so they don't even make movies no more. Like they talk about movies coming out in 2026, like the new Avengers coming out in 2026. They don't. What movies came out this year?
Yeah, people really don't even go to the movies no more. You know? But if they was to make a new Independence Day, they could make it way more like graphic, and they could make it really look 4K, whatever they call it.
I mean, what have we got coming on the horizon as far as movies? What they got another fucking Forrest Gump and Happy Gilmore. Like, what is this, 1995?
Yeah, they trying to relive the American golden days.
With Tom Hanks, the supreme Edomite.
Everything is watered down though, literally.
The supreme Edomite. They probably gave him a fucking DNA test one day. And they're like, man, this guy is 99.9% Amalite. He a pure blood.
I was just gonna finish. It says, and afterward, 2 Ezra 13 and 12, afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened, and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
This is Isaiah 14 and 5. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And you could see that being put into place right now, man. You know, you think about a big stick. Well, the Most High's got that stick, right? You know, ready to break it on his knee. He's got that stick up in the air with his leg lifted, man. You know, that one final hurrah of Esau is happening right now, man.
See, Esau doesn't have a long time. He has a short time. But the scriptures tells us he has a short time. He's going to come down having great wrath because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So even he knows that The elite know Yahweh Shai about to come back. You know, the elite know that they're Edomites. They know they're going to be taken down. They know that they have a particular time to do what they have to do. Because they know.
That's why they all got contingency plans where they got these bunkers in hundreds of years of food, man.
They know that there's going to be the elite. They know that the Third World War is going to be fought with missiles. That's why they got those bunkers ready. They already know. They know we're the Israelites. All right? They watch us. They monitor us. They listen to us. You know?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek, and have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives.
Yeah, the brokenhearted and the captives are talking about our people. It says we used to come to preach what? Good tidings?
Yep.
Which is the gospel. Okay? This was set up to be spoken to our people.
Yeah, the good tidings, us telling you that you is a so-called Israelite, that's good news. That's great news.
Israelite.
Because, yeah, Romans 3 and 1 real quick. That's great news. It says to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound. To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and the day of vengeance of our power. To comfort all that mourn.
Yeah, to comfort all that mourn. Jake is constant. Jake mourning every damn day. You know why? Because they're captives. That's why they mourn. Oh, I gotta go to work. Oh, I can't pay my bills. Oh, I gotta. You know, it's always a constant whip on your back.
Yeah, but our people also like love this life.
Yeah.
Like no matter how bad it's going, or hopeless, they still got pride on them. Like, yo, at least I'm still alive.
Because this place lets you do wickedness, man.
But
You know, there's no accountability.
But see, no, it's because they don't got no faith.
Yep.
Because they tell you that Sirach, I think it's 39, where it say they let's see, 39 or 40. Get that real quick. Romans 3 and 1.
This is Romans 3 and 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
Hey, when we tell our people that they Israelites, go ahead, read that.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Yeah, it say what advantage do being it's like what's the advantage of being an Israelite? Or what profit is it? Go ahead.
Much every way,
It say much every way.
chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
It say much every way. Like every way possible, we got the advantage. Just being an Israelite. Being an Israelite should give you comfort. And when you got the proper understanding, you should realize that this ain't the life that we supposed to be having in front of us.
And that's why they stole our identity and said they was us. Because they know what advantages it is, what it is like, you know what I'm saying? They know. They could have called themselves anything. But what they said we are the small, we are the 1948ers. You know? They could have said they was any fucking thing, but they know.
I got a quick.
I'm in 39, but I don't know.
This is Deuteronomy 4 and 7. Deuteronomy 4 and 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them? As the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law before I set before you this day?
And that's why the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. What the law, statutes, and commandments separated us from the other nations.
Yep.
The law, statutes, and commandments, when you follow them perfectly, that makes you perfect. That's why Yahweh Shai was perfect. The reason why Yahweh Shai was perfect is because he didn't break any laws. He's perfect. So that's why, and at the end, one of the Lord's promises, he said, I'm going to write these in your inward parts. Because once you're
gonna have that everlasting life because he's gonna put it in our inward parts.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a battery that can't die. You know, first verse. This is Sirach chapter 40, verse 1. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions. Unto the man that have nothing to vex him.
Let's talk about the so-called white people, the so-called white man, the Edomites. It's bitter, death bitter to them because they gonna have to let go of their riches and all that. We don't got none of that.
And that have prosperity in all things.
We don't got prosperity in our things.
Yea, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. O death, except
Hey, so-called white man eat whatever he wants, man. Octopus, alligator, whatever, that snake.
Shrimp and lobster.
Whatever his heart desires.
he don't even gotta keep the meat all of
Nah.
this.
Squid.
It says, O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth.
That's our people. They strength failing, man, and they be holding on. My cousin had cancer. That motherfucker was. They gave him like 2 weeks to live. The man lived for like 6 weeks. He was holding on. He ain't want to. He told me he was scared.
He was fighting.
He was fighting.
And unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things. And to him that despaireth and have lost patience. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh.
But the thing about it is, our people don't know this passage. They don't know. So our people really fear death, man, and they love suffering in this world. Man. Yeah.
Everything around you is actually death. This is the valley of the shadow of death.
The air,
Yep.
chemtrails and shit.
That's why Esau keeps pushing this new technology out, man, to enslave the minds of our people more and more, keep them distracted. You know.
They got the YouTube. They actually on YouTube for kids YouTube. They got little shit. It's like wicked as hell. Like they casting spells on kids and shit
Yep.
with the Roblox and shit.
A lot of the
Y'all see my? Go ahead.
a lot of people go into those old Disney shows and those
Oh,
old
yeah.
Nickelodeon shows. Yeah, all this fucking symbolism on
Yeah,
that
it
shit.
do, but see, it was like hitting, but now it ain't even
Yep.
hitting no more. Like I walked in I had to grab my girl's son got an iPad to snatch the shit. Like, yo, you need to watch this shit. Watch what the fuck you watching? Because it was like some old man,
It'll be some weird shit.
demonic shit,
Yeah,
bro.
I see. Sometimes I catch that shit with my kids because they be just be on YouTube just scrolling. But sometimes it'll be some alphabet shit will pop up,
Yeah.
or just some random weird shit. You know,
Sonic with red eyes and shit, man. Fucking doing tricks. Yo, this shit is
it be
crazy.
weird shit. Yeah.
But they take our videos off, and all we doing is reading the scriptures.
Yep.
These dudes casting enchantments on kids. It's grown men that make content for kids, and they get like millions of views. They be doing like mad wicked shit, cursing all in the video. We don't do none of that.
And that proves that this is the truth. Real quick, Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. So the Most High is telling you to stand on that wicked shit, man. Because that's how you built your society. Even if they come get you when you jacked up in an ambulance, they come get you. The ambulance got enchantments on it. The staff with the snake, you know the name of it.
The staff of Slapis.
Yeah.
Cadet.
That's an enchantment right there.
Caduceus.
You know?
Yep, that's an enchantment right there, man. You look at well, hey, we're right next to a fucking Starbucks. They got the Queen of Heaven right there, man. You know, there's lots of different names for the Queen of Heaven that got spread throughout the earth. You know, Isis, not just
Statue of Liberty.
Semiramis. Yep.
That's really what the Starbucks symbol looked like. It looks like the Statue of Liberty, kind of. But those are all enchantments. Go ahead.
Back in Romans 3, verse 1, I'll read it again. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly, because unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High. What if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
There's a lot of unbelievers too. There's 20 times more unbelievers than there are believers. 100
Hey,
times, 1,000 times.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 times.
Hey, Saraki said out of
One man, yep.
1,000.
Yeah. So
And then these people, they hear it, and they hear about all these idolatry surrounding you, all the symbols surrounding you, how we live in this satanic society, this witchcraft society, and they still refuse to learn, man.
Yeah.
Especially Jake.
He tells you that. They deeds is evil. John 3:18. This Second Thessalonians 3:1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith.
yeah, all men have not faith. And the unreasonable and wicked men, starting with the ones at the top of the society who create all the, because they're really a bunch of witches. They create all of the enchantments and the ingredients they put in your food, the air, you know. And this AI is getting, this shit is getting more. I seen a video the other day. I thought I was actually watching something.
They
Like,
don't even.
I thought I was like watching something. It was AI.
They got an AI rapper. It's this girl, AI rapper, and she getting mad streams, and then
It's AI.
yeah, they could just, and then people, they can put like, they put something out like on the apps, and people you take a picture and it make you like into like a cartoon or whatever, but that's giving them your fucking what's the name, your likeness, and then they can make DNA like damn, you see that Black Mirror, that joint where they was she was living her life and like they had an AI version of her and they put that shit on the show that day. After she went to the day, the whole show be about her day and she got fired from her job. It's called that shit good as hell.
You got a movie?
It's I think it's Black Mirror. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called
I gotta check that out.
that shit good.
That's the name of it. It's called Black Mirror.
I think it's Black. Yeah, it's Black Mirror.
They got people.
Everybody hates Jane or some shit like that.
Now they're saying that they're overflooding the internet with fake content with this AI, man. You know, like this one dude came out and said he was posting online about how he makes these AI generated women, and then he ties them to Instagram premiums, and Snapchat premiums, and shit. He's making fucking bank, and that's going on all over the place, man.
Is that it though?
Yeah.
AI generated music.
Jones off of this shit. That's a good ass episode.
You watched all the seasons or no?
Some of them, no, I ain't watch like every episode.
I
Like,
just checked that one out, man.
That joint good. My girl didn't even want to watch that shit. So you know what? They show how she was cheating on her boyfriend, and like they watching the show together. She's like, "Oh, let's watch this." He was like, "Yeah, that look like you, honey." He found out it was her, and then it was showing the text that the other dude was sending her.
She was cheating on him.
Yeah, he's the her and shit. She lost her job.
Jane is awful.
Yeah, she was awful.
This is I'll read this in John 3. John 3 and 17. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on
he that believes is believing his faith.
But he that believe not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna read
because.
it verbatim.
Oh yeah, that's because anybody who don't got faith ain't gonna make it in this. You're not gonna make it with your money. You're not gonna make it with weapons of war or training.
Power,
Yeah.
stature, you know.
Second
more in
Ezra. Okay, go ahead. Second Ezra 15:1.
And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light.
Yeah, men love darkness. They love adultery rather than light. They love pork rather than light.
They love, hey, our people, they got that serious smoking and partying demon, man. They love that riotous lifestyle. Okay?
They love the because if something was to so called happen to us, people wouldn't throw a fit or
Have a big tribute.
a riot or nothing for us. Three righteous men, so called righteous men in the city, but they want young Doug out of jail. Who else? Who just went little Dirt? Oh, little Dirt come out. Little Dirt committed murders, bro. Who did that shit? Why him
All of that.
It's people who getting persecuted for nothing. They'll never want to ride for them.
But little Tay Tay, who was wicked,
Yeah.
if he gets shot by the police, niggas gonna march across Babylon. And then his mom gonna say he was such a good boy and all this shit.
Or even if he don't get shot by the police, if he go to jail for all the wickedness that he did, they gonna want him out.
Yep.
They gonna celebrate when he get out.
Yep.
It was a meme on social media, and the dude was like, when I graduated, he's like a comedian. He said he came home, he was like, look, I graduated from college, and he had his shit on, and they was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he was like, then the next thing he was like, look, I'm home. He did his bid, and they was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they celebrated nigga getting out of jail, but
Yeah.
they won't celebrate somebody that's so-called doing something good.
Who is that? Who is that Jake that got killed on the subway? Got choked out by some Marine. I think it was in New York City. He got arrested something like 42 fucking times, man. He was cursing his father and everything. And he went on that train saying he was going to kill people. And then he was harassing some ladies or whatever, and that white boy choked his ass out. You know. And Jake went and got BLM together and started fucking marching for him, man.
Or the big dude, was it Eric Gardner?
Oh yeah.
The big dude that was selling the cigarettes, they choked him out. That's the time in America where niggas was getting choked out by the police. You know?
And they still are. They just don't put it at the forefront no more.
Yeah. Esau, the Most High put the spirit on Esau to judge you niggas, man. And during that time, what was happening? The word was going out. The word was still going out. That's why the judgment is going to be severe, because the word is going out. I was just in the when you click on subscriptions, man, that's all you see is live videos. Brothers are live. Everybody's live doing the work. That's all you see. Live. Everybody's doing their thing. So you're not gonna have no excuse. The prophets are out here, man.
Yep. Every city, every chief place of concourse.
The Most High covered the earth with the prophets. Not just every city, every damn near every continent,
Yep.
every country.
Streets and lanes.
He covered the earth with the prophets.
This is Isaiah 10:5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. So it's really, when we talk about Esau bringing judgment upon our people and them making a big case about it, it's really the Most High that does that, man. Because he gave these devils the power to do it. The wicked is his sword. believe it says that in Psalm 17 and 13. You know, the Lord's indignation. The Lord uses people here on the planet Earth. All right. In this case, Esau, Edom, to carry out his indignation, his righteous anger, his judgments.
It said, oh, go ahead. It's Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hates sinners and will repay vengeance to the ungodly and keeps them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Yeah, the Lord hates sinners, especially the ones who sin willfully, right? Because they basically just do it. They don't care, they don't repent. They just out in the earth, just doing shit. The Lord hates that. He hates you for doing that. No remorse. Go ahead.
This is the book of Amos.
They put it in their music on how adulterous they can be.
Brag about it.
They brag about it. How many killings they did. Like we were just mentioning Lil Durk. He was always mentioning stuff like that in his raps.
And who knows what a lot of them are doing behind the scenes. It never gets put in the front, man.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. And all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
So the Lord is clearly telling you that he's going to basically kill you if you don't get right. And he can kill you in many different ways. He's going to, like Yash just said, the Most High uses people to execute the Lord's vengeance.
Yeah, the one dude I was talking to, he was like, oh, I was like reading scriptures like this, and he was like, so why would I want to follow something like that? I'm like,
To get you right, nigga.
I was like, yo, he was like, what is why are you telling me like this part of, I'm like, cause this, so you can fear.
Yeah. And also we're living in a time of evil.
Yeah,
We're not living in a time of peace, love, and happiness.
yeah.
There's
I think in Proverbs say, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
and it says the fear of the Lord. It also says the fear of the Lord is the fountain of life.
And the beginning of knowledge.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of things, man.
Oh, yeah.
The fear of the
Oh,
Lord
yeah.
is like,
Fear of the Lord is everything.
It's a whole chapter of that.
Yeah.
it's like a big diagram of things it branches off to.
If you had the ability to, let's say you lived in a house, right? And the Most High gave you the ability to see, yo, this house is gonna catch on fire one day, right? And you was like, shit, well, what day it's gonna catch on fire? I don't know. Just know when it's about to happen, I'm gonna warn you. I'm gonna let you know, right? And then when the Most High started sending people to give you warnings, like, yo, house gonna catch on fire, bro. It's close, getting close. And your dumb ass, you stay in the house. You gonna burn down with the fucking house, man. Instead of saying, you know what? I know it's close. I've been getting the warning. Let me move out. Let me get out. And then you got the ability to watch the house burn down, but you escape it. It's the same thing with this truth. We got the Most High gave us the ability to say, yo, America's gonna be destroyed. Here's your identity. Here's the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is what you need to do to escape. So now, when the time comes, we already know. We up on game. We're not going to be surprised. We're not going to be caught off guard because we were out here basically spreading the message and letting our people know. So it's better to be able to get the warning beforehand.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Because everybody basically out here, doing their thing, right? You can still go sit on the patio, get some food. If you want to, go shopping. You can still live your life, so to speak, right? And we out here teaching the gospel. So, what does it say? Remember the Creator in the days of thy youth, right? When the evil days come not. So, and that's why if we are those men, the Lord is going to reward us openly because we out here doing it when technically these so-called good times. So-called good times. You know?
Hey, you look at what happened with that New York City mayor race. They're making a big deal about that one Arab, that one Muslim getting the primary over Cuomo. There was, and when you look at the shit that he was talking about, the things that he wants to do, that's exactly what Venezuela did with the government stores. They want to create a bunch of government stores that they can make food cheap, right? But that's what's going to put the private stores out of business. Then he wants to implement some tax to anybody who does business in New York City. You know, and that's further going to put a strain on businesses and stores and so on and so forth. There's a lot of these economic experts are saying that there's going to be bread and soup lines in New York City if this guy gets in and does this shit.
Well, they eating sand over in Gaza.
Yeah.
They fucking eating sand, man. Now, rather that Esau's putting that on the media, just because you gotta be careful with this devil. But I believe they might really be eating fucking sand.
I see a lot of the same Palestinian children
Yeah,
in a lot of these videos, and it's like, what?
Because
they're following this fucking kid around.
that's how the media works. There's always a wicked flip side to it. That's why we don't really just jump at shit, but they could be over there eating sand, or it could be a media scare, a flip, where they're making it seem like that. Because the media is wicked, man. That's how he's been able to control the narrative throughout his time.
Deception.
Yeah, deception. The media.
Lies.
Lies.
Hey, I always tell people when I was growing up and going to grammar school back in my time, the history book said that Christopher Columbus discovered America. That was the right answer on the test. When you took the test, that was the right answer, but that was a fucking lie. Hey, wasn't it?
They used to sing the song.
No,
that was the right answer.
Right, no, that's not the right answer on the test, but that was the right answer on the test.
Yeah.
If you put somebody
You know,
else,
you give that red check.
you got that. That's just wrong.
He discovered it and found a bunch of people already there.
Right? That was the right answer. That's and then once you find out that's the right answer, like, oh, okay, that's not the right. Then they give you another line.
Also, they used to teach about slavery in schools.
Yeah.
They used to teach about slavery. They don't even have history books in school like that no more. That shit is out.
And the nonsense that they taught about Thanksgiving, man, with Squanto and all that, that shit was only like 25% true.
If you think about it, Esau taught his wickedness in school. How he came over here, slaughtered the natives.
Yeah.
He taught that was a fucking curriculum. Like you said, so-called Columbus discovering him, but they said this nigga didn't put down his sword for more than an hour.
They ain't tell you about that in school.
He was literally slaughtering people.
He didn't tell you about all of his men that got syphilis because they were raping so many tribes down there.
They didn't tell you.
Rapists, like,
They didn't tell you that he had a Hebrew interpreter
right.
when he got over here by the name of Luis de Torres. They already knew. He knew when he was coming over here. He knew that he had to have a Hebrew interpreter because the Native Americans were speaking Hebrew at that time.
They told us that the Native Americans, which in that case would probably be Gad, but it could have been Reuben and other Ephraim mixed in there because he was down near down in the southern part of Southern America. They told us that basically he deceived them through beads and glass. When those people were experts on beads and glass making, another fucking lie, making them look like they're simple and stupid.
And it made it seem like it was just fucking teepees everywhere. Don't you know that Gad, they lived in some of those longhouses they had, those shits, they was big.
Really were.
Yeah. They had the big long houses. But Esau would just tell you, dog, they just had teepees. Just fucking teepees across America.
Like we civilized them.
Yeah. And Gad had to actually show you how to survive through the harsh winters. And that's Jake. He's friendly. That's why the Lord said, "Never trust thine enemy." But you came over, you deceived them. You were soft. You know, you made it seem like you was just here to help and like you just fucking washed up on the shore. But it says that in the scriptures, and your heart was war. You know, you had, your intentions was to kill all along. But the Most High made it like that. It was prophecy that had to be fulfilled.
Yep.
You know, so when you look back, you can say he was the devil, but you can't get mad. You can't be offended at prophecy. Like a lot of people be like, man, we came over here with slavery. But I see why the Most High enslaved us. Like you can literally, like when you look at the Jake's behavior, you be like, you know what? We deserve that shit. Go ahead.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam.
Yeah, that's one of the answers we went into. Why did we go into slavery? Served other gods. We did evil in the sight of the Lord. Go ahead.
And they forsake the Lord Yahweh of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and follow other gods.
So here it is. The Lord showed our people miracles. Brought you through the wilderness where your clothes and your shoes didn't rent. Made manna come down so you could eat.
Opened the Red Sea.
Like, I wish I could, if I could, we don't get the miracles like that nowadays. We gonna see them, but like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, like niggas can't even swim. Most High parting water for you. Like, oh, like man, that's crazy, man. Go ahead.
And the gods of the other people that were round about them and bound themselves unto them and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsake the Lord and serve Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them.
Yeah, so here it is. You came out, the Most High brought you out of captivity, and you still serving other gods. So what did he do? Put you back in the hands of captivity.
Yeah, so when you ask, why did we go into slavery? This ain't the first slavery. We went into slavery before. That's always how the Lord dealt with us.
Yep.
That's his punishment for us. He punished the nation. Even if it was so-called everybody wasn't doing it. He punished the whole nation.
Yep. Like that, and that's how people are gonna be. That's how nations are gonna be judged by the whole entire nation.
Yeah, the nation's gonna get judged like that too. They're gonna say, "Oh, that was Edomite right there." So
Right.
we ain't going. No, your ass going into slavery too.
Because that's you going with the rest of your stock.
Yeah.
You going with the rest of your stock, man.
Yeah. Come out here and put it all in line then. Like what was the Rahab, Ahab, what was the girl? That's the girl, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now she got they said she was gonna get blessings, she helped out, you know what I'm saying? Put it on the line. Call it out for it.
Yep. Hey,
Put it on the line right
yeah.
there.
The only we gonna get the concubines. They gonna be straight. We're gonna use them to our advantage. If you know what I'm talking about.
It say, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies that were round about, so that they could no longer stand before their enemies. And that's the situation we in right now. They say, whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord has said, and the Lord has sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed.
Yeah, so it's not such. We're not in wow why we went into captivity. We understand because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you some of the most wicked people out there, man.
Yep. The deeds have overpassed the wicked.
Yeah, the scriptures say that you're a seed of evildoers. Children that will not hear
women, and children with 5 fish and 12 loaves. That's crazy.
But a nigga will go to a magic show and be like, oh,
Yeah.
how you do that? You know? But won't believe that story you just said. You know? Shows you, man, all men have not faith.
Raise the dead.
You know, I was gonna say, we gonna close up. Hey, so with that, all right, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect